Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kalema Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Ha, Rakha, Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. I want to just touch on quick topics. Quick topic. We'll start at wisdom, Proverbs, the first chapter and the 20th verse, and we'll probably read on down to like the 27th, I think, the 30th. Lord, it be edifying to reflect, and if I didn't say it already, honest to the brothers, pushing this 100% doctrine with 100% sincerity across the four corners. So let's get into it. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates in the cities. In the city, she uttereth her word, saying, okay, so who's pushing out that wisdom, right, and crying without and uttering it in the street, right? This isn't talking about no Shekinah, all right, or whatever that thing is, Shekinah, right? That whole idea that the presence of the Most High is female, all right? That's madness. This is talking about his men. You have to go into other precepts like Amos, the 3rd chapter. Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets to his servants, the prophets. Right? Now, the prophets are all men, right? To break it down, and have, the interpretations, so on and so forth. That's men. All right? Now, women, they can see, visions and things like that, right? But at the end of the day, a man breaks it down to them, right? This is the flocks of the Lord's pasture are with men, right? To man, he gave them that gift, gave us men, that gift of wisdom, right? Of being able to understand and discern, right? Of being women are the weaker vessel, I think it is, but we're the stronger vessel, like your woman is supposed to come to you, when she needs advice, when she wants understanding, right? That's man's role, right, in a relationship with a woman, to be a leader, to be a guardian, and so on and so forth, right? And in the chief place of concourse, that means in open areas, right? Public areas where all kinds of people can go, right? Not in, doing camp in I don't know, like a catering hall, all right, or camp inside of I don't know, a place where people can't get to, right? Or not doing camp in only a black neighborhood, right? Or doing camp in a Hispanic only neighborhood, right? Or predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, right? That's not a chief place of concourse, right? Because you can't reach out to everyone, right? Because not everyone or the whole full are gonna look black, are gonna look like an average Hispanic, or are gonna look like an average Native American. Some are gonna look, look like white people, right? Some are gonna look maybe like Arab, right? Or look like all these different nations. They might look Chinese, right? But you could tell in the spirit that, like, yo, this dude is a Jake, right? That his father's line have to go back to Jake's, right? If he really understands this thing and the spirit is dealing with him, right? The spirit wouldn't deal with wouldn't deal with the heathen, right? The Lord would not deal with no heathen, right? The Lord calls the heathen to drop in the bucket. He wouldn't bestow his Holy Spirit upon the drop in the bucket, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorning of fools hate knowledge, right? Scoffing means to mock, right? And they mock us all the time, right? That's what we say, like, yo, like, time is now time to get right. You guys still out here making these whack ass comments. Now I started noticing on Instagram, people are making fun of the truth, right? Like they're making these AI videos, of what they're making fun of the ministry as a whole, right? Even though we're not no Black Hebrew Israelites, they constantly use that term, shows how little they really understand, right? We call ourselves Israelites, right? And I'm talking about the men, the elders and apostles, the great ones down on down, right? We just call ourselves, we're Hebrew Israelites. We don't say Black Hebrew Israelites, right? Black is a color, okay? We're just Hebrew Israelites, all right? And all right, of course, as part of the tribes, you know, you have the Native Americans and you have the Hispanics as well, so-called Hispanics. Puerto Ricans, Argentinians, Dominicans, Venezuelans. There's a lot. You know, there's a lot, but you know what I mean. Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, right? Um, yeah, right. They making fun of us. Right? They'll even make AI videos and just point the finger, basically call us dumbasses and call us hateful. Which we are a hate group. We do hate. Right? We hate evil. We hate wickedness. And we don't love you fucking heathen. We just don't push no violence. We're not pushing violence against no heathen and nobody. Alright, but we do prophesy of your destruction. Alright, but we fucking don't love you. We don't love no damn heathen. You know what I mean? Woman be kind of fine though. The heathen woman. Yeah, they'd be fine. They'd be fine. Alright, but because I've called and you refuse, stretch out my hand and no man regard it. Alright, and it's talking about 2/3, man. Alright, how the Lord stretch out his hand. Right, to evidence men out in the streets. Oh wait, now I skipped the verse 23. Turn ye at my reproof, which means rebuke, you know, or correction. Will thou part my spirit unto you? I'll make known my words unto you. Right, if you get right, right. Like yeah, but that would be 2/3. If they would listen and get right, the Lord would deal with them. But 2/3 are blinded, they're slotted for destruction. It's just that 1/3, they turn at the reproof and they're like, yeah, I really get that, pull full luck, right? Because I've called and they refuse to stretch out my hand and no man regarded, right? Talking about these 2/3, right? And the Lord stretch out his hand by having his men out there on the highways and byways, right? But you 2/3, you didn't regard it, you just, looked at us like a bunch of niggas, a bunch of Hispanics, said that we were jobless, that we're unemployed, try to call us bum ass niggas and all these different things. Called us the whole RAPE doctrine, right? That bullshit ass doctrine calls criminals like we're all a bunch of criminals and shit. Which none of us are criminals. You know what I mean? We're working people. We work, we have jobs, we have families. We have families too, right? Stuff like that. But you said that not all my counsel with none of my reproof, right? So when the reproof is given to you, you just said, y'all, you guys hate women. You always make up something to pick at us on, right? So when that family of the word comes, all right, it's just gonna be over for you. So I'm gonna let that be that. Lord edified. I say shalom.